What's up, YouTube? My name is Indiera, and this is episode 3. So, anything that comes from me is going to be straight, good information, and I'm really trying to prepare y'all for what y'all getting yourselves into. So, get out the notepad, take some notes, because I'm going to be busting down some knowledge, okay? So,
what? You and me will always be tight. Memory every single day and night. Even when you start acting like a fool, you know I'm loving every single thing you do.
Sit up straight, eyes on me. I'm Petty Officer Sperry. I will be your lead RDC. Petty Officer 10 will be your second RDC. Petty Officer Gonzalez will be your third RDC. Together, we have 8 weeks to transform you into United States sailors.
You are no longer a civilian. Whatever you were before is now over. You are about to begin a journey that's going to make you a part of the greatest naval force the world has ever known. This train.
I remember this part. I guess it was different. I don't know. I remember this part because it was the first time, like when you first get to the Pearl, which is the first place you'll be sleeping. When you first get there, you're not with your real RDCs. You're with RDCs, but they're not your RDCs. So you're just with like temporary RDCs until your RDCs actually arrive. So I remember this like very well because it was the first time I saw like my actual RDCs, because we've been there for like a week before our real RDCs actually showed up. So we were just learning, like stenciling all of our stuff, and we were like doing like basic stuff. And then when they arrived, they picked us up from the Pearl and then walked us over to our ship. So I just remember that day because we were all nervous and we were all like sitting down just like that, like looking like, oh shit, like these are RDCs, like these are the people that are going to be like training us, and it was like crazy. But
will not be easy. It wasn't meant to be. You will not be coddled nor disrespected, but you will be held to a high standard.
Let me pause right there. So she said, "You will not be coddled." Of course you won't. They're not gonna baby you, but you will not be disrespected. Yeah, you might be disrespected. You might be disrespected while you're in there. And it's not going to be like a bad disrespect. Like, it's not going to be anything like racial or anything crazy like that. But, sometimes they get intense and it can come off as disrespectful. So, she's saying that, and I don't want y'all to like think that, they're sugarcoating shit, because when you get in there, sometimes they can say some pretty like vulgar shit. Like, you can be like, they just say that? Like, but just remember, at the end of the day, they're getting paid to scream at you. Just think about that. Like, don't take anything personal. Just like, okay, well, their job is to do this. Like, their job is to yell at me. So, you know what I mean? Don't take it personal. They are going to be low-key disrespectful, so don't let this fool you.
Job as your RDCs is to turn you into basically trained sailors. Your job as recruits is to do what you're told and give us 100% motivation.
You'll all be treated the same, no matter your sex, cultural background, religion, or sexual orientation.
There are no individuals in the military. We are many, but we operate as one unit. For this team to be successful, you have to work together. If you fail, the team fails. Get on your feet. Get up.
Let's go.
My name's
Okay,
Officer Sperry.
hold up. That was so weak. It don't even be like that. Oh my gosh, when they told us to get up, they was in our face like, get the fuck up, get up, catch your, like, it was crazy. Like, they were just like, okay, no, get up. Like, that was fake. No, they be going in, like, they be like, get the fuck up, blah, blah, blah. Like, they was all in our face, like, we was scared, like, oh shit, like, that was soft. So it's gonna be worse than that. Like, they trying to like make it soft, probably for the cameras, I don't know, or it could have just been it was different for me. But most people I talk to say that it was like that for them. Like, yeah, but okay. Whew, these cameras are around. They look change.
I'm a recruit division commander at Recruit Training Command. All divisions start off basically the same. They're very scared. They don't know what they're supposed to expect during their 8-week training.
Turn your head. It's easy. Say your number.
51, 52, 53.
Okay, I remember that. So it's crazy, like, when they have you counting off, it's always the like one person that fucks up. Like, of course, that's why they tell you to turn your head so you know when you're next. So it's like, okay, well, they just turn their head. Okay, I'm next. Like, I remember people were scared and people were like jumping numbers and jumping spots and stuff. But I mean, that's gonna happen naturally because you're scared, you're getting used to stuff, and it is what it is.
Stop! Pay attention to what
Turn your head and say your number.
59, 60, 61,
As you were.
63.
Pay
Wait for the
attention.
person in front of you to turn their freaking head so you can say your number and then you go after them. Do you
I'm
understand?
Chief Petty Officer Stegall. I'm a recruit division commander here in Recruit Training Command Great Lakes. Processing days, that's where you're issued all your initial issue, DIDY issue. They have their basic medical indoctrination, but they get a series of shots.
So during that week, you get a lot of shots.
You do. Man. So, because I'm at my first command right now, but I needed to get another shot. I'm like, damn, I need another one? Like, I got a whole bunch of boot camp. But she printed out my my records from boot camp, like the shots I got. And she was like, wow, it must have been painful for you in boot camp. And I was like, why? And she was like, well, you got 13 shots. I was like, I got 13 shots in boot. I didn't even know because they were straight boom, boom, just sticking them. So I didn't know. I didn't know it was 13. I thought it was like 7. But she was like, yeah, my records show that you got 13 shots. And I was like, I could have sworn it was 7, but she said 13. So I was like, what? But
You get kind of everything you need to continue the rest of your training. The shots were not fun.
no.
Age, 21. Get up.
Says the woman.
We got dental work done, which we just finished today.
It was a long process.
Yeah, I just want you guys to know that BDays is going to be long and drawn out. So in the Navy, you hear a lot is that they always say, hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. That's true. Because even in BDays, you're doing a lot of, like, rushing, but it's like, for what, though? Because you're literally just waiting to get stuff done. Like, at medical, you're waiting to get all your shots, and at dental, they got to see if you have cavities and check all that stuff. Check all your medical, make sure that you're fit for full. Because they can't really start training you until you're fit for full duty. So that's why you go through BDays, so that way they can make sure, like, okay, well, I checked her eyes, I checked, her blood, I checked she got her shots. She's good to start doing physical training. Like, she's fine, she's not going to pass out or nothing's going to go wrong during training. That's why they do this stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be pretty long and irritating because, like, you're there and you're just like, fuck, can we start training already? Shit, like, I came here for boot camp. We over here getting shots and shit. Like, I remember I was like, I'm ready to start. Like, what's taking so long? But yeah.
Everything that you do is with a purpose, and you do it to the best of your ability.
We want to give them a shock, and we let them know that, you haven't even started training yet.
No.
You haven't even begun to experience exactly what we're about to subject you to.
And then you start teaching them the very basics: how to stand at attention, how to salute, how to do facing movements, left face, right
that's
face.
what I never brought up, which is a really good point. Before you go in, learn facing movements. Like left face, right face, all that stuff. Like, learn it because when you get there, you won't be looking crazy like they are. The good thing about the division I was in, I don't know how, but everyone kind of knew how to do facing. Okay, no, I'm lying. No, people was fucking up. But we all learned it really quickly. Because there was a lot of people that did JROTC, and I guess they do, like, competitions and stuff like that where they had to know facing movements and stuff. And so they, like, kind of taught everybody, and then we are all kind of good at facing movements before we had to really learn it. So just Google facing movements and learn them. Learn about face, left face, right face, and then I'm not going to say learn drill because that's doing too much. You'll learn drill in boot camp. But yeah, as long as you know your basic facing movements, you'll be fine.
Face.
Learning how to fold things, learning how to do things correctly.
I gave you 15 minutes to shave and brush your teeth. We are going on 25 minutes. This is unset. Let's go!
the first few days of boot camp, that's when recruits don't really know what to expect. So when you start yelling at them,
you understand? Yes, Petty Officer. You're here to get better, not to stand freaking lazy. You understand? Yes, Petty Officer. And don't stand like that. I shouldn't be repeating myself when I already trained.
Some people really have a negative effect to that, and they don't like being talked to like that. And then some of them understand the process and understand that.
You brought up a good point. Remember, I'm gonna say it again, especially to my hotheads out there, because I remember a couple of guys that were hotheads. Like anytime they got yelled at, you can tell it looked like they wanted to like do something, like they wanted to hit or something. Like, you could just tell off their face. So just remember, I keep telling y'all, this is just training. Don't take it personal. They're yelling at you just to prepare you for graduation. Like, they're just trying to get you through boot camp. That's all. So whenever they yell at you, or even if it seems personal, don't take it personal. Just remember, like, look, I'm gonna be out here soon. I have to go through this in order to get to the fleet. So let me just relax. Like, put your ego aside. If you have an ego, you have to just drop that shit. And you'll make it through. So if they're yelling at you, like, don't cry. Don't, like, I know some girls that cry. Don't take it personal. Just let them yell at you. Just let them say everything they need to say. Just listen to it so that way you don't make that same mistake. And then go on about your day. So just don't take anything personal. Anything in boot camp, don't take anything personal.
Us being on them 100% all the time is what's going to make them a better sailor in the end.
You know, everything they do, I don't take it personal, because I realize they are training me to be a sailor.
It's a lot of tough love. And it's like, I know that they want us to succeed again. I know that they want us to do well. You know, they've all been through this themselves. They have gone through a lot of training themselves to be RDCs.
So another point that he just said, if you don't know what their rank is, well, if you watch this video right now, there should be no reason why you should not know who they are. Cause I already told y'all better learn your rank and recognition, so when you go in there, you know that, you know, whether they're a petty officer or chief or an officer, because there will be officers walking around in your ship, and you need to know who's who and what they are and what they do and all that stuff. So, yeah. You know, you should know what a petty officer, what the pins look like. You better know what's what. Because if you call a petty officer a chief, or if you call a chief a petty officer, oh my gosh, they'll be so mad. So just learn it. So when you get there, you'll be good.
And to just remember that and give them that equal amount of respect really helps me get through it.
They've been good. Like, they only really again, if you're doing the right thing, they're not going to be yelling at you.
54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59.
Then why are you here? 62. You're 2-3-0. Get across the freaking hall.
68.
We have to yell at them a lot and get them to understand that we need them not just to react to what we're saying, but to react fast.
We're going to make it uncomfortable for them. We're going to make it so that they are able to, one, have confidence in themselves and their abilities, but also be able to deal with the stress. And so that's why we create a stressful environment. That's why we keep the temp up.
What did your RDCs tell you about failure? If you fail, who fails? The whole team.
Your initial PFA is tomorrow. You need to understand that if you fail, you will get set back.
Yep. So, like I was saying in the last video, I just feel like in boot camp, we didn't get a lot of time to run. And you can't be like, oh, okay, well, you know, you can't run inside the compartment. Like, I saw people doing that. But if you get caught, you can get in trouble. So, it's not like a day where you can be like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the track real quick. Like, no. There's no days like that. You do everything together with everybody. So, it's like, before you get there, just make sure you can pass the initial one. I think for females, 18 minutes. Males, 16 minutes. Just make sure you can pass that. Like, do as much training as you can, but just at least make sure that you can pass that. Because I remember once people passed that, we would do like a lot of sustained runs and different little things, you know, we would do to help us get better. But it really helped. So just remember, whenever you're doing PT or anything, you have to take it seriously. Like, even when you're getting beat, when you're doing push-ups sit-ups, anything, you have to take it seriously. Like, don't try to, like, half-ass it. Like, in the beginning, you probably will half-ass it because, like, it's your first time, like, you're scared, or, and then it hurts if you're not used to doing it. But as, like, time goes on, like, as you start getting beat more, don't half-ass it, because every time you get beat, take it as a time to get stronger and help you build up for the PFA. So, yeah, so I'm saying just really run before you go. I know, like, you might kind of be chilling, watching Netflix and waiting before you leave, but that's, like, a really dumb idea. Like, just really work out. So when you get there, it's a breeze. That's, like, one thing I wish I would have done, was worked out more before I left.
So tomorrow's going to be a reality check for the recruits. It's going to be their baseline PFA, where they're going to be required to run 1.5 miles, do a number amount of sit-ups and push-ups.
Their sea bags? Like, us, we walked to our ship first, and then did that the next day. But, damn. But yeah, this is Freedom Hall. This is where you'll be doing your PFA, and anything PT-wise will be in Freedom Hall. I went there in the winter, so everything was in there. But, I mean, they might be doing stuff on the track outside now. Yeah.
Won't make it, so someone's going to go home.
I wanted to pass out and just die. Like, give me a gallon of water. Let me drink it. So we were all really stressed about who was going to pass and who wasn't going to pass.
Let's go, Jones. Let's go. Get up there. Come on. Don't think about it. Let's go. Come on. 5 more. 5 more. Give me 5 more.
I happily that I was able to pass it. I'm glad. So hopefully I can pass the next one with a better score. With the PFA, I knew I was ready. I was ready for it before coming to boot camp. But the day before, I got really, really sick.
Aww.
Still, I felt sick during the PFA, but I just pushed because I didn't want to get separated.
And so that PFA baseline.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all better push. Like, oh gosh, I remember saying this. Okay, yeah, like, I remember in there, I was tired as fuck. Like, I'm telling you, before I left, I was not working out like I should have. So I was like, ugh, I'm over here tired, but do not walk. I said this in plenty of videos, do not walk on the track. Just don't do it. Don't even think that you can walk, because it's not, you cannot walk. If you're at least hitting a smooth jog, you'll be straight. Hit a smooth jog. Do not walk. You could be tired as fuck, but you better not walk. Just tell yourself it's only, how many minutes? So just say, like, it's a good 20 minutes of pain. Just think of it that way, because I'm rounding it up. It's 20 minutes of pain. Just think of it that way. It's only 20 minutes out of your life that'll be painful, but you better keep pushing. I don't care if your knee about to break, all that. You keep pushing, because it's, like, not worth it to get there and then fail because you couldn't pass the run, or fail because you couldn't do sit-ups. But my thing is, for the sit-ups and push-ups, you'll be good with that, because when you get beat, you'll be doing those. So, but it's just the run that gets everybody. So, hear me out. I really hope that y'all taking notes, because you really need to be taking notes on this shit. So let's go. 3 minutes left.
It's just that, it's the baseline. It's not even the actual PFA standard. And if they can't meet the baseline, then they probably need to go find something else to do.
They be like that too. Like, they don't show, like, love. It's just like, you can't meet it. It is what it is. Yep. You only have 2 times to pass. So.
I don't give a crap if you're tired, if you think the sea bag's too heavy.
That shit is heavy as fuck. It is.
So own up and do it.
And then you got the backpack on the front.
Week 1 of actual boot camp, they can expect to be staying up late, long hours, working at a fast pace. They're going to be expected to pass their swim
So right now,
qualification
what they're
and
doing is
expected
walking
to
over to their ship. So they just left the Pearl. And the Pearl, when you first get there, you'll be sleeping in the Pearl. It's like a smaller compartment. But when you actually, get your sea bag and all your stuff, and you actually walk to your ship, you're going to your actual, like, where you'll be doing training for the rest of the like 7 weeks that you have left there. So, yeah. Like, I loved it. I was like, finally, we're leaving this little compartment. And I remember our RDCs kept telling us, like, how big the other compartment. They're like, yeah, the ship has, like, a bigger compartment and stuff like that. And they were so right. It's like, it was way bigger, and the head was way bigger and everything. The showers were better. And so I was, like, happy to actually go to my actual ship. But yeah, I mean, that shit's going to be heavy, and it's going to be, like, quite a walk. So, yeah.
march as a unit. And those are all things that we're training them from the beginning. In BDay, they're going to have to bring it together week 1 and make sure they're performing all those tasks. So in BDays, we are loud and we are aggressive with them, but we are instructors at first. We're teaching them everything. We take our time, because come week 1, then it's not, we don't have time to train every little thing over and over again. They need to learn it. So when we're telling them at first they need to pick stuff up and this is how it has to be done,
y'all watching
come
this,
week 1.
I know this is obviously integrated division because there's females and males. Right now, they're in the same compartment right now, but they're not going to all be sleeping together. For you watching this, I think that's how it's like. So this will either be the females or the males, like where they'll stay. But if you go right across the hall, it'll be the opposite sex is birthing, like where they'll stay. So, yeah. So they'll figure out who's staying there, either the females or the males, and then they'll send the other sex to the opposite side to sleep across the hall. So yeah, that's how it works out. I know it looks weird right now, but it's not even how it is. So yeah.
Expect that to happen. So when they start failing during week 1, then they're actually held accountable for their actions.
Anything that you were before you came here, you wave goodbye to that. That's gone. Because as long as people in this world want to take your life because of where you live, because of where you breathe, you must be ready. And if you're not ready, we don't need you.
Okay, well, interesting, very interesting. But yeah, so I mean, anything that you heard me say, take note of it. Cause I feel like I'm gonna call myself the narrator because I'm really narrating what goes down. Cause you're watching it, and it's cool watching it, but when you actually understand what's happening, it makes more sense. So yeah, if you have any questions, I always say this: ask me, because I'm really here to help y'all. Because I want you guys to know what you're getting yourselves into before you get yourself into that situation. And that was my thing. I was always on YouTube, like, fuck, like, what's going on? Like, I was Googling all types of Navy stuff. But when I don't know why, when I was going to boot camp, I felt like there wasn't really any videos for me to, like, really understand what was going on. So that's really why I make these videos, so y'all can be good to go and squared away when y'all get here. And, yeah, so thank you for watching. Subscribe, y'all, and I'm definitely reacting and narrating to the next one. So yeah, bye y'all.
We worry about tomorrow. We worry about tomorrow.